This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the First Purge. At the siren, all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 hours.
T'Challa fights government-hired mercenaries.
Weapon drones are the future.
Aunt May dies?
Let's talk about it.
Okay, guys, we're talking about... Let's start talking about all the problems in it.
All the problems.
Which could not be the entire
Well, I was going to say, let's just talk about the movie. Green screen newscasting.
They had to pre-film the small group of people, and then they green screened them behind Marissa Tomei. For a minute, we're just going to discuss how they did the concept of this movie. So step one is they want people to die, but most of it's going to be off-screen, and you're not going to see any of it. 2, little consequences. 3, a few characters, like maybe one you have to care about. Maybe they'll throw in a story. And that's basically how this movie was made.
Let's talk about those eye colors.
Okay, so pretty much all the people who signed up to do this purge thing, they get these special contacts so they can like live stream their
wonderful
killing
on the town.
Yeah.
You see our main character. What's his Isaiah?
We had to look that up because we forgot. We know two character names.
And one of them we call T'Challa.
Yeah, one of them we call T'Challa.
So they put the contact in, or he does, and his eye turns a very, very bright blue.
Which will come into play later, being like freaking flashlights in the dark.
Yeah, but it turns out their contact lens cameras are pretty much mood rings.
And you see a purple one, a red one, a green one, an orange one.
So it's sort of like, okay, like kyber crystals and Star Wars.
Yeah.
So you know how like Darth Vader...
Don't touch it! Ah! Can't touch him!
In the apartment, we've got a couple problems. First one, the elevator. One of the first things that they say is that the elevator isn't working. And Isaiah, right when the purge happens, first thing that he goes to do is turn on the elevator.
The more you pay attention to this movie, you realize how little they actually care. I mean, they really did not try.
Just about every scene, they think that random, like, gas pipelines are broken.
The real problem in Staten Island is the deadly fog. They start off, you see the church, and there's some like light fog around it, and you're like, oh, that actually looks, I don't know, kind of cool, I guess.
Gives it the mood.
Everyone in the city who stayed and isn't outside is taking really hot showers.
They try to go to that realm of scary. They try at certain times, and it's like, you can't just throw in a fog machine and, you know, some guy...
They actually managed to make Staten Island at night not scary.
Yeah.
The thing about the fog is, there's a part where the KKK is going after some fat Asian. They put down a smoke grenade.
Yeah, they used the effect from like 2006 where they get shot and the blood gets splat onto the camera.
Blood was a really big problem in this.
And Dimitri D grabs a gun and shoots a guy through the chest, and you see blood splatter on the wall behind him. So it cuts to the next shot, still on that same staircase, but at like the lower level up the stairs, and the blood is completely gone.
God. Oh, nice. Oh, Jake, it's all right. Who wants to slap?
Oh wait, yeah, we know.
Timing on scenes. Isaiah is a part of the whole drug cartel. This is where Skeletor first comes in.
Yeah, he's trying to get free drugs off of them. Realizes he won't give free drugs, and then threatens to rape his sister. He just had a razor blade in his mouth.
Handy dandy razor he keeps between his two front teeth at all times.
It
just cuts, starts here, the surgical around the jugular, but it isn't really talked much. He just goes back to the apartment and tries to do like a DIY job, fix itself, Don't worry about it, just blood all over the floor. Naya comes in and is like, what's on the floor?
You never actually know the full extent of the damage.
It just cuts
and
straight back.
You get to see Dee's massive basketball court that he owns.
That is like a part of his like drug cartel. His office is like upstairs of a basketball court. Wasted scenes.
The movie should not have been made.
Yeah, Aunt May is
Marissa Tomei's character, who is Dr. Updale.
she was there for the psychological analysis of the people and the whole, because it's called The Experiment. There's no character development. There's no development of why she's there or what she's doing. It just gets to the point where she figures it out. She's like, wait, I understand what this is. And then you see a scene of them throwing her out of a bus.
Yeah.
She just gets shot.
You have characters just talking for 45 minutes, and then you see someone getting deep.
Yeah, someone they look at a TV screen all of a sudden and they're like, oh, look what this terrible
They're
thing is
beating
going
a
on.
person like a pinata, and you're like,
Yeah.
why don't we watch that?
Yeah, on the way to the church or something, as they're walking, they look over and see this terrible thing happening on the street. No, they gotta watch it on the news with everyone else. Skeletor. He has two weapons of choice. It's like a long machete, and then he has made some type of craft yourself old medicine cabinet needle
With,
Wolverine thing.
Like Freddy Krueger. This random guy with massive facial scars, purple eyes, and a knife hand with 3 needles on it, just walking around. But no one seems to care, and still he's killed 3 people.
Silence the phone!
The creators thought, if you put baby doll masks on everything, that makes it scary. But it doesn't.
It really doesn't. Let's talk about the wonderful scene, the bus.
One amazing act of violence you finally get to see after 50 minutes of talking.
Is a bus on fire slowly moving down a street.
That no one sees until it's way too late. The driver. Wait. The one who's driving is the one that alerts Dee.
Yo,
look!
Yo, look at the bus!
And then it hits them.
Back to the apartment. The climax of the film, which is the C4, which they said multiple times. C4 with a remote detonator.
Yeah, it's sort of you know how in James Bond how they all have their cool gadgets?
Yes.
If they told James Bond there's ejector seats and he's like, okay, cool, and then he just slowly climbs out of his car.
Because they didn't give him the button.
But when it comes down to the big high tension moment, he goes, you throw this C4 and I'll shoot it.
Oh, and let's just say she should pitch, the next Yankees game. My God.
She made it to a record 5 feet down the hallway, maybe.
She you see the detonator, she's like, all right, I got this. And just falls down. It takes him about 3 shots to shoot something 4 feet away from him.
And we need to talk about how fast explosions actually occur and the amount of time you have in between an explosion and what you can do before the explosion reaches you. So the way this decides to work is that when you shoot it, the explosion gives you enough time in slow-mo of the movie to not only recover from the bullet wound, push, grab a tackle Naya out of the way of the door frame, and pull a mattress over them in enough time for that explosion to not touch them at all, but the mattress as they're laying on the floor 5 feet away from the door frame.
Stupid. Alright, Skeletor, coming back to him in the same scene right before the C4 explodes. That's his grand entrance. It's not some type of dramatic last scene thing. It's literally, he just comes in, he sees military people, and it's it's time. And he's shirtless, by the way.
It's not any kind of send off. It's just he died.
He just shows up. Just so that you don't question it later.
Yeah.
They made no effort to try and give you backstory on who
there's
the
no
military...
establishment to any of the other characters.
Imagine Kylo Ren in Star Wars took his helmet off once and he... That was a horrible way to describe it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Another thing that we need to mention...
Nick, you got the camera.
Another thing that we need to mention,
politics.
It's this guy with the face of a baby doll just duct taped to his forehead, and this guy did not anticipate that this woman would fight back at all. Your big heroic moment, you didn't get raped. What are you gonna yell at him? Pussy grabber, and then you run like it's a joke, like it was funny.
What does it mean?
Recommendation, I would not. I would give it a 3.14. I give it pie.
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
No!
I give it pie out of 10.
Give it
1!
1 out of 10.
too much.
I'll maybe give it a half. Please don't see this movie.
If you do decide to go this in the theater, go early, watch all the trailers, then leave.
We might make another one of these. like the Purge movies. They just won't stop.
Subscribe.
No,